Good morning, grade 6. How are you? I hope all of you are fine. Today we will take lesson number 2 with what is data logging. Um, Page number 110 to 111, we will learn that what is exactly the data loggers and how to make measurements of for temperature, sounds, and light. How can we measure these things with the help of data logger? So the first thing that comes in mind, then, what is data? The word data, what does it mean, or what is the meaning of data? In simple word, if we say data is any kind of information. So please keep the words in your mind while I'm giving you lesson. At the end, I'll ask you the question. So what is data? Data is any kind of information. Informations like what? It can be information about yourself. Information can be in a form of numbers, in a form of text, in a form of graph, or any type of graph. This is a meaning of data. Data is any kind of information. Now, we are talking about data logger. What is actually a data logger? Data logger are the devices. There are some devices, some tools that looks like that, or there are many other shapes. So data loggers are devices with sensor that help you take measurements such as light, sound, and temperature. These devices measure that what is the speed of light traveling, what is the sound pitch and sound here around you, or what is the temperature. As in simple, we say, like in our school science lab, we can work on many different experiments. We perform some physical experiments, some chemical experiments, some experiments related to biology and different type. So some of these experiments involve taking measurements. Sometimes we measure something, some length, some height, some width, in order to analyze the result. So data loggers, what they do, they are the devices with the sensors. Sensors what? That by themselves they sense it. They have some ability to sense. You can say, as there are some people, they say, oh, my six senses are working. They feel it, what will going to happen. Sense means what? They analyze it by themselves, what is happening, what is the temperature either increasing or decreasing by itself. It's not the people sitting on it and changing the temperature each time. As the rain begin, the temperature change, rain stop, the temperature change automatically. The sensors do it for us. So the data logger can take measurements again and again, change each time, and then transfer the data to your computer to analyze it. So the first thing, the data is where? The data is in this device's data logger. When the data is completely here, then you can connect it with some USB port or computer and download the record into your computer. So what is data logger? Data logger are the devices. Data loggers are the devices that help you to take the measurements of what? Light, sound, temperature, weather, and many other things. How can you transfer the data from data logger to your computer? With the help of USB. This is the USB port. You attach the USB port to the data logger and the other cable to the computer, and automatically the data will transfer from one device to another device. Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is exactly, there are some examples of data loggers. In different form of data loggers help us. So with the data logger, you can capture means you can save, you can take a picture and display data as it happened, or collect data continuously or at regular intervals of long period of time. For example, let's talk about the data of temperature, because you know the temperature change after every hour. Whenever you open your weather temperature, you will find maybe it is 22 now, later maybe it is 23, or maybe it is 24. So what happened? The data changed after small interval means a period of time. So each time the data change, automatically data logger will show you the temperature. They sense it, and it will appear on data logger devices. Use data logging software. There are some software that specially designed for this purpose. These are, we don't use it in our normal life, but yes, there are people like those who working in this field, they use it. So you can display the data on graph also. This is example of graph. You can display the data of graph like Monday, there was rain. So the weather was 20 degrees Celsius. Tuesday, it was sunny. So that suddenly the weather changed. So the graph increased and the weather was 28 degrees Celsius. Later on, again, it is windy next day. So again, the graph changed. So each time the temperature changed, the graph increase or decrease the location. So we can see the data in a form of graphs also. If we talk about the history, the first weather reports from Mars arrived in 2008. In 2008, the first time you know the Mars, the planet. Some scientists, they are doing research that either can we live on Mars or no. So the first research weather report, the condition of weather arrived in 2008. The weather station there records wind, pressure, and temperature. When they go to the Mars, they say that there is wind also, there is some pressure, and there is some temperature. The data is sent to the Earth wirelessly. It's a long way from here. Of course, it is not so near, it is so far from here. So they send it the result to the Earth wirelessly. So this is the first weather report come from the Mars in 2008. Now, what can you do with the data logger? How the data logger can help you, or what are the things that can happen with the help of data logger? Data logger, the first thing, accurately measure sound and light as well as temperature. Accurate means give you the perfect, the correct result of your data for related to sound, related to light or temperature. Temperature includes weather also. Second thing, make measurements that are too slow or too fast to record by traditional means. Some some changes are like light travel is so fast. Temperature changing is slow. So they can measure both of the things, fast and slow, both of the things. Third, collect the data anywhere and then download the data to a computer for analysis. Maybe your data is in a small device. The device is anywhere, it can be anywhere. Anywhere means in any country, in any city, in any area, in any anywhere means anywhere, any place. So if you want, whenever you want to transfer the data, you connect it just to your laptop. You don't need to go to some specific place connected with some big computers. No, your normal desktops or laptops, you can connect with them to transfer the data. Number four, get visual feedback of your measurement. Visual feedbacks
Hi
like how
teacher, I'm
visual.
sorry for being late.
Okay. Visual feedback is what? Visual feedback is means visually, like you can see it in a form of graph, in a form of pie chart, different charts show you the data logging, like what is the temperature increasing or decreasing in a form of your graph or your chart. Now you can see from this picture in simple, you can even check your data logger on your tablets or your mobile phones, your data on your PC, but you need the connection. What you divide, you connect the device, the logger device or the sensor device with your computer, and then all the data is transferred to your computer. You can take out the print if it is needed, if it is necessary. There is a small experiment. If you guys, any of you have thermometer at home, you can perform this experiment. This experiment now we are doing practically without the help of data logger, but if there is a data logger device, they can easily sense it. So, like, first thing that anything almost we can sense it if you have a right sensor. Some data loggers can have more than 60 type of sensors in one data logger device. So what is the experiment? Like, use temperature sensor. Temperature sensor is what? A thermometer. To find the effective temperature on a time it takes for a sugar cube to dissolve in water. Take three different glass of waters, okay? Um, Time how long it take for a sugar cube to dissolve in three different temperature. Boil the water into different temperature. Maybe one water is 10 degrees, second water is 50 degree, and the third water is 100 degrees Celsius, okay? Put the sugar cube in it. Put the sugar cube into the water. If you don't have thermometer, go get the 3 cups of water. Microwave the water with different temperature. One glass with, maybe you can microwave it for 30 seconds. The second for 1 minute, the third for 2 minutes. And put the sugar cube in it and see and analyze. Analyze means to see, to perform, to see it, that the data, to understand the effect of temperature on a time it take for changes happen. Like, what change will happen? Which glass dissolve sugar more fast? What is this? We are analyzing the temperature, because temperature change the effect of objects. Temperature bring the changes. If something is hot, the sugar dissolve faster. If it is a cold water, sugar won't dissolve fast. So with this thing, you can analyze your data without the help of your data logger, with just a sensor. If you don't have a thermometer, you can microwave it. Or if you have a thermometer, put the boiled water with some cold and put the thermometer and check the temperature of each. If you don't have, then with the help of microwave, you can simple put some different numbers and you can understand it, that this one is more hot or this one is less hot. So this is our lesson. I hope you guys understand. If there is any question, you can ask me now.
Teacher, I have a question about the experiment.
Yes,
We should make a video while we are doing it and send it to you.
you can if you want. That is good. I'll post it on Facebook.
Mhm. Okay, thank you.
Welcome.